Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Stad Walker here. Just wanted to get down and I wanted to tell you guys a bit of a true story. Ran into a friend of mine who I worked with at Harris Teeter a long time ago. He came in to see me and they told me that he'd gotten his concealed carry permit. And he was gonna show me his gun, but I had to stop him and say, hey, no, don't show that in here. I'm on the clock right now. And he told me a story about he told me that he saw my shirt. He saw that I had been training in kung fu for like 3 or 4 years at the time, and he told me that he had been training in 3 different arts and all that stuff. I guess he was just doing that to upstage me, but I didn't take any offense to it. But he said to me that he would rather just have a gun instead of him getting into a sports. If he went to a sports bar, he would rather just draw a gun and just shoot the guy if he ever got into a confrontation with him instead of just going to a jujitsu class and just putting himself into a position where he can just like subdue the guy until the police got there. But he would rather just end the guy right there. And I have 3 friends of mine that I tell that know that I do martial arts, and they tell me that's what they would do. My brother included is one of them, because he sees me out there. I start the day off with doing the weapons forms of the style that I do, just to start the day off. And I've learned that over the years, and I've read a dozen books on different forms of martial arts and all that stuff, and I see that they all have different weapons. And we only have 2 weapons in the system that I do. But I've discovered over time that, and I came to this realization that if you can understand 2 weapons, you can understand all. And I was talking to my brother one time, and I think he was just doing that to kind of crack me up when he basically said, well, there's only one weapon I need to master in order to understand all weapons, and that's the gun. I'm like, but I kind of cracked up a little bit about it, because I think he was just trying to get me to lighten up a little bit because he saw how serious I was when it came to training. But it had me thinking about all, when it came to self defense and home defense, everybody I know says that they would rather buy a gun instead of going to a martial arts class and learning how to defend themselves. But if you ask me, what I think it all boils down to when it comes to self defense and home defense is doing what you can afford. If you can afford to go, to go pow pow, then okay. But you got to think about it. Would you really want to do that though? Because I've been to a gun store. I've seen how much a gun costs. I went and saw how much a Glock 17 or a Sig Sauer costs. It's not cheap. And I hear that you have to pay for the ammo and you got to pay for time on the range. And I, I mean, and I hear it's not cheap, you know. So I think, so I chose to do, I chose to do martial arts, seeing as how I've been doing it since I was 12. But, that's just me though. When it comes to self defense and home defense, I believe in just brushing up on your skills. If you can't afford to do one thing, you might want to find another alternative. So, seeing as how I can't afford to go to the gun range, I need to find another alternative, and I chose martial arts. So, what it all boils down to, if you ask me, when it comes to self defense and home defense, I'll say it again, is doing what you can afford. So the ball's in your court on this one, but that's just me. But if you choose to do this or do that, I would say just think about it. But that's just my opinion. Thanks for your time. See you later.